get ready to leave work. I'll call you back in a little bit. Okay. Gotta go. So I got it to. I just turned that computer off. I got it to where I had you signed in there. I'm signed in on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I assigned myself as co-host. Post captioning was a breeze.
As well. Oh,
It was
oh, you
nice
mean
and
you were able
great.
to do it?
I was doing it,
Why didn't we have? Why do we have a problem
and if
before
you
though?
can see, I didn't sign off on for you. So go to closed captions on the side tab, like a Dropbox.
Uh huh.
And so it'll show full transcript or something.
What about subtitle settings?
Mm-mm. That's what we went into already, and all that does is show us the size of the font, how far we wanted to zoom in or something
Right.
like that.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense, and it seems like I think I know why. Because something tells me federal regulations won't let them do that. You know why? Because mentally, sociologically, it would be competitive to watching TV, and you'd be a lot more mesmerized because you'd be using the same formats they use. They wouldn't want that. If you would allow that, then you'd allow that all of these things would have those features. It would be very mesmerizing, like you're watching the news. I don't want to take away from that.
If that was the case, they wouldn't have spent the production money putting it in there.
What do you mean? But you have to understand, why wouldn't you have these things, especially being able to assign the room numbers and captionings and keeping something and flashing and all these features? To
Mm-hmm.
me, that's what you should have, because if you're having this, that's what you'd want to do if you have a business.
Right.
Imagine I have a business, I can't keep the name of my business on unless I place my name on the thing. That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't sound. You're right. That doesn't sound right.
Well, it makes sense, and now I'm thinking about this because it is what it is. So,
So I'm gonna go home and turn on my computer, and I guess I don't know how.
all right. Well, the bottom line is you're going to have a steady signal there.
I can unplug the Ethernet cable out of my Wi-Fi and put it directly into.
Why wouldn't you plug into your Wi-Fi and then go from that out? Because the Wi-Fi has several ports in it, doesn't it?
Yes.
What service do you have?
Spectrum.
You do.
So where it says Ethernet and it says
You have the same thing I have. That tall
yeah, the
little black
tower.
thing. There's 4 ports in there. Don't plug anything. Just plug something else in and go to what you want. Don't unplug anything.
Well, the reason why I said I would unplug it is because I don't have. Or do I?
How could you not? Oh, you mean you're short a cable?
Yeah. I don't remember if I bought another one. I didn't buy the 50 footage yet.
Uh-huh. How come you didn't? You bought it for me, but you didn't buy it for you. How come?
I don't know. It was stupid. It was stupid.
You
And
needed
I
it.
got
That's why you
home.
went
I
there.
know. That's why I went. And you know what? I think because I was.
Bugging out in the store.
Yeah, I saw so many different things, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. Oh my gosh, I need this. Oh my gosh, I need this. And I was like, okay, let me just pay for this mid stuff and get the hell out of here.
All right. So in short,
Yes.
what are you going to put in the closed captioning?
Well, you only been putting 2 things, so the website and the phone number.
So transcript. Why would they then have a transcript of what you?
A transcript. That's a record of what you've
That's
entered.
what I'm saying.
That's
It's like, so why can't you just? I guess if that's the case, then.
okay, so this is like.
And see that you can't. You can't pull it back up and use it again. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that I didn't really agree with either.
And you can't highlight it. That's what I'm saying. They went out of the way so you can't use it. There's no reason why anything in your computer basically should have such a limitation.
This is what we've done.
I don't know what that means. So if you're sitting there bored for any reason, then you can copy this token and paste it to a third-party closed captioning tool. What does that mean?
A third-party closed captioning tool. That's when you go to a actual closed captioning website, and they would generically do it for you. But I believe when you do that, you have to pay for that.
Of course.
Stupid.
How else could
Stupid
it be?
and more money.
How else could it be? Absolutely. All right, so let's just give you something to write down so you have an itinerary.
Yes.
Stick a plain piece of typing paper. Take it with you. Don't disturb where those went. Leave those if those are the letters. Just leave where they are because we're going to continue. I don't know if that's those letters, but those letters are face down because we're going to continue that tomorrow morning.
Okay, so I turn them face up and I'll turn them face down.
Well, I just put a face down because you know they're not going to be mixed with anything else. You know they're
Well,
done.
these are what was done. I don't know what that is. That was just with it. Right?
And then my other question would be, is I'm kind of curious because how else would, if someone on, when you go to YouTube or Facebook, how would that then be?
Well, first off, you don't have any followers, so
Right.
no one on neither one of your social media sites is going to see that.
Oh, Oh, you have
have
to
to have a
follow us to
friend.
do
You have
that.
to have a fan base, a friend base before you can't.
But didn't you say it was public that people can come in and
Yeah, but that's if they choose to look up your profile. Otherwise, when you go live, you'll have the videos up there for anybody to see because it is open. But you don't have any.
in other words, no one would know?
Mm-mm.
I don't see why that would be though. How anyone wouldn't know how to go
They
there.
wouldn't know because you have no one on your Facebook yet.
Right, right. Once again, though, if it's public, I should be able to just zoom into someone that's doing something live without having to become their
You
friend.
could, I mean, it's word by word of mouth though, over the phone. However you do it, you can tell somebody, hey, go to my website and you can watch my Zoom live.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So the other question would be, is once again, is when now if I go on Facebook or YouTube, is there a counting of how many people are watching it when people are watching it? Also.
On your live, yeah. On YouTube, I cannot verify because I've never done that. But Facebook, yes, Facebook Live, it has comment count and participant count. Well, viewers count.
So the viewer can see this when you're watching someone's video?
Yeah.
Oh. So if I have a video on a live streaming, you can see how many people, once again, you can see how
I
many
can see.
people.
I can't see who they are, but I
Right.
see how many people are
Really?
are there with you, and as the numbers decrease, you see that too.
Huh.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, very. I thought it was too in the beginning.
That's another ploy. It would be important to turn people off to see the numbers because people go by those things. It would mean it wouldn't have a climbing escalation automatically.
So in that case,
If people couldn't see, you would just tune back in. You wouldn't be going by another gauge of an input to think how many people there. If I don't know how many people there, and I keep on coming back. I'm like, wow, I like it. Probably other people are doing the same exact thing. I would assume that. And now I see a number. It's like, oh, there's only 27 people. Big deal.
in that case, I wouldn't even tell you about it because that's going to happen.
Right.
That's inevitable. Like that's literally the format of Facebook, so you can't change that.
Or can you? Because in this, if you do a webinar, you can.
Okay? Webinar on Zoom is different from Facebook Live.
Oh, that's another question. If you do webinar, can you also go live with? Leave it at home if you want to just whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need I need the webinar um, key thing.
I'm not changing it. I canceled them. I'm not doing the webinar. I'm going on the regular room.
Oh, you canceled it yourself?
I said that. Yes, I did that. I said it before. I had to delete both of them.
Oh shit.
Because what sense does it make if no one else has the room number?
What was this one?
Just make a list of, so you're going to write in the closed caption, you're going to write C time to join. So small, all small, until you get to the IN and .us, those are caps. So time to join .us. Um, and I would just put on web. So you can put that on next to that on web. And then put the phone number. 718-865-8720. So, alright, so that's sharing the screen. So now, will you be able to make the polls happen too? Because we already had polls.
If I signed in like you first and then add them in, the only thing is it said where
So
it
now
had
you
polls,
don't have the questions we already typed because they're on this computer. Did you say you have to put them in every time you're doing it?
yes.
That's what I'm saying. So you wouldn't have the ability to put any questions in unless we did them now, and unless I typed them and gave them to you.
Well,
or just printed it.
they're in my.
No, they're not in anything you have. What?
Didn't we go over them together?
Where would you have them?
In my book when you told me to write them.
Yeah, but I don't want you to take your book. But I mean, we already went through. Did we type them in? Yeah, we went over them
We typed them in, but it obviously doesn't say it.
No, I mean in the Word program. I think we did.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna take a picture of the page.
Well, I don't know if you have a scanner, but if I give you a type thing of it, it's easier. I mean,
No, I don't have a scanner anymore. I just got rid of my printer. Actually. And I don't even think I had to.
so let's see, Zoom checklist, Zoom closed caption, Zoom guide, Zoom guide, Zoom guide, Zoom guide, Zoom guide, Zoom guide. New PowerPoint? What would you have put it under?
It should have been Zoom poll questions. And dated. Now, if you don't see it, that just means when the computer shut down, it wasn't saved.
That's why you gotta make sure every time you do something, as soon as you type the first question, save it.
But if you don't, like I said, if you don't see it there, you have
Checklist, checklist,
Oh.
guide, 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 guide. So I guess take it off your book and copy them because I don't remember putting them into the computer. We didn't type them into the computer, I don't think. But
I thought so, but
I don't think so.
where
I mean, we went over them. Yeah, because this was only last week we went over them. I don't see any dates from those days that were Zoom anything.
nothing's gonna bug me out more than to not come across this page of at least 7 to 8 questions that we wrote down. Well, I wrote down statements.
Yeah. Zoom guide, right? Because the only thing before that.
I don't know.
So Mike is in front, busy as a bee,
Okay.
front and edges. Also, just make a note in your follow-ups. We have to just ask for when Ricky, Shirley, and Timmy will be there, so I can go in and we just have to do the move-in sheet.
He said ask for a move-in sheet.
When they're gonna be home, so I can do the move-in sheet.
501.
What?
Why I cannot find.
They'll be on the back sheet. We did them on the back, remember? And you folded more, a little bit to the back more than you did the front. That's why when I say back sheet, it's the same day you're in, just use the left side. You know what I mean? You don't have to fold your page wherever you are. Huh?
I
On the back.
looked at this today. I remember seeing it on the top of the page. I wrote it. Poll question.
Yeah. photocopy. What are the questions? Just go over it first.
Please provide 1 to 3 topics of your most concerns. What do you care about? To younger people, age groups 18 to 35, what do you want, look for in America? What would reignite you to want to rejoin or care to participate in our America again? What would make this?
If you haven't or bailed out.
What would make this publication more pleasurable to? Oh, or it's. What would make this publication more pleasurable to share, to excitingly share with your peers? Has viewing CRZ, aka Charles Richards, really brought clarity to the word design?
So let's say against CRZ, Charles Richards early right now. Remember?
Well, when I typed it out, I would have. But I just has viewing Charles Richards really brought clarity to the word design? Or, um, as will be asked from Charles Richards Orelli nationally, how may we improve this publication? After viewing Charles Richards Orelli Human
Um, publication. For you to come back again. And to be and to share this excitingly.
You already asked that.
No,
Oh,
I
you
think.
used the word excitingly twice. Make sure that.
Well, we use the word exciting above.
Yeah.
In what?
What would make this publication more pleasurable or excitingly pleasurable to? Oh, I keep reading this wrong. What would make this publication more pleasurable to excitingly share with you?
Oh, that was one of the above questions. So I don't want to X anything again. I'm sorry. So, what was the last question then? Or the one you just read before that?
How can we improve this publication? How may we improve this publication?
Yes, for you to revisit. For you
For
to
you
look.
to come back again.
For you to look forward to revisit. And share. I know we answered above. So let's just do it.
Okay. After viewing Charles Richards Orelli, Human for 2020 President, is it clear that we need design clarity? Lastly, conveying its importance, will you share the time to join the us webpage? Conveying its importance, will you share the time to join the us webpage?
Conveying is important.
Conveying its importance,
Yeah.
these are your words, I'm just
Right.
conveying its importance, will you share the time to join the us webpage?
Yeah.
Oh. This is Mike still outside?
Yeah. In the front though. What's that for?
So a bunch of crew cups.
Oh. Believe it, it's come back in.
Okay. Alright.
So okay. So I guess when you go home, do you want to just tune in and make sure it works? Do you need the wire or not?
I should have one. And if that is the case, I don't care about my Wi-Fi not working while I do this shit. I'll just use the cable I have.
Right. I was gonna say it probably would be better with the cable because it'll be more stable. And then what I would do is, like every 10 minutes, is when I would put the closed captioning on.
Okay.
And then what does it say for a minute? You know what I'm saying? It stays for a minute. So,
Right.
and then I'm gonna end exactly at 8. So at 7:58, put it on again.
Okay.
Like 2 minutes
So-
before I'm gonna end.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50,
6 times.
55.
10, 20. Actually, it should be when I first go on.
Okay. So, right.
And then
So,
10, 20,
Oh.
30, 40, 50, and then one more time. So 7 times.
okay.
Every 10 times, but you're just gonna wait till like every 10 minutes. I would just wait like 2 minutes after it starts, 3 minutes maybe, and hit it. It's only gonna last for a minute, and then and then I would do 10 minutes later, 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 and then however you get close to where it gets to the end, I would just, no matter when you ended last, 7:58, do it again. So if you go at 2 minutes, you're gonna end up at 52. You're gonna do it 12, 22, 32, 42, 52. When you do 52, obviously at 58, you're gonna hit it again. That's all.
Okay.
So as soon as you come in, 2 minutes, hit it up.
Okay.
All right.
And at what was it?
So I guess call me on the 203 number if you're gonna, obviously,
Yeah.
let me know you're on. Obviously, I'll see you
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
it
yeah.
on.
And it's still on now, so you'll see me when I try
Yeah,
to.
oh, that's recording one.